Hey guys, welcome back. My face is peeling and I don't want to talk about it, so we're not going to. We're doing another roundup, makeup roundup. This is number 2 of this year, 2023. We're doing it for February. I don't even know where I am right now. I'll be honest with you, I received way too much new makeup this month, so I'm going to be tightening it up because otherwise this video will literally be 3 hours long. The last one was real long. I don't want to do that again, okay? I know you don't mind it, but literally it'll be like 3 hours long. So I'm gonna pick the key items that I received. I want to pick certain products that have notable things about them, and I'm probably going to leave the ones that I haven't really had much of a chance to test out of this, and they may pop up in a later video. So I actually want to start off with this shadow, what is this called? Shadow Boxer Eye Crayon. This is from AF94. If you guys don't know AF94, it's basically like About Face's little sibling. I believe it's exclusively available at Walmart. It's like a more affordable version, essentially. I mean, About Face is pretty affordable, I would say, but it's an even more accessible, affordable version. Anyway, this was actually the first, I want to say this was the first product that I tried from AF94. I love it so much. You should have seen the video where I used this for the first time. It's super blendable and creamy, which I wasn't like, I don't know, especially with like more affordable makeup, you just don't necessarily like expect. I don't know why I would doubt About Face, but it's very, very soft. See how like soft it is? So you can like build it up, continue to build it up and blend it. And it's like, it's very usable. It's very user-friendly. It's available at Walmart, so like, you know. Anyway, I kind of fell in love with it. I have a feeling that it's going to become a staple of mine. I usually like when I try something new and I love it, I'll find a place for it in my like desk situation. And I immediately put this in like one of my little containers because it's just like great color, first of all, very flattering, super easy to use. I want to try more colors. So I recommend this for sure if you're looking for something that is going to be like super easy, blendable, and super affordable. Kind of loving it. Next up, HINDASH launched, I'll be completely honest with you, I don't know if these were like brand new launches or what. I received these though. These are the Canvas Color Fluid Ultra Matte, essentially eye paints, eye bases. He has a bunch of different colors. This is the one in the shade Canvas, which is the lightest one, which is what I have been using to prime my lids for pretty much all of my makeup looks as of recently, like since I received it. It's perfection, it's super light. I would say it creates like a really, really beautiful, flawless kind of like matte base for your eyelids for eyeshadow. And everything blends really nicely over it. I've been having kind of a hard time blending my eyeshadow recently. I don't know, it's just like you get older, skin texture changes, skincare can make a difference in that sort of thing. And I've really been loving it. So, you know, everything HINDASH comes out with is kind of like incredible. Like, I don't think there's a single thing that I've used that I've been like, I don't like this. He also has like a bunch of different colors. This is Carve, which is like a really, really beautiful, like, I don't know, the way I interpret it is almost like a bronzer, like contour type color. Obviously, if this is like closer to your skin tone, you can use it as a more like natural or muted eye base so that you're not using this, because people with like deeper skin tones don't necessarily want to use a white on their eyelids, you know, and have their like eyeshadow pop like crazy. So that's really nice that he has like a bunch of different colors. Beautiful formula, super blendable, creamy, matte finish. I really like it. I think it's fantastic. Just keep on coming out with stuff, HINDASH. Come on. Eyeliner, eyeshadow, these, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for all of it. Next up, DANESSA MYRICKS blushes. These are the Yummy Skin blushes. They are so beautiful. Everything, once again, DANESSA MYRICKS. All these makeup artists out here, keep coming out with your stuff, because I always love it. DANESSA MYRICKS has this line called Yummy Skin, which is, I believe there's like this ingredient that's a trademarked thing. It's Upsilite? I think is how you say it. It's like this smoothing ingredient or something like that. One of the first products that I used that contains this is the Blurring Balm powder for face, eyes, blah, blah, blah. All of her stuff is like essentially multi-use. Anyway, this right here, which is kind of like a foundation, I guess you could call it. a perfecting sort of like foundation cream, whatever. She has like a bunch of different shades and then a clear one as well that you can use as just like a primer. This can be used under foundation, whatever. I don't know why I'm talking so much about this one, but that was the first time I used it. So that was the first time that I was introduced to that ingredient. So all of her like skin products, the Yummy skin products, have this like super smooth finish to them, almost as if it's like a primer infused, if that makes sense, like a smoothing primer infused. I think these are absolutely beautiful. I'm actually not wearing them today because this was a separate look that should be up. If it's not up, it will be soon. So I needed a specific color, but these are stunning blushes, gorgeous shades, and DANESSA MYRICKS, I would say, is the queen of coming out with things that work for all skin tones, everybody. So yeah, I think they're fantastic. I love them so much. I've been using them. I pretty much can apply them. I like applying them with a sponge, with a brush. I have nothing bad to say, not a single bad thing to say about DANESSA MYRICKS or any of her products. So you can kind of just like count on that. They sheer out really beautifully too. Of course the cat is in the litter box as soon as I start filming. And they kind of just like keep going. So they're just like super smoothing. You can sheer them out. Obviously, like this sort of color looks beautiful on my skin tone with just a teeny bit, just a little bit. Don't need a lot, you know? But it also is a color that will work on deeper skin tones. That's one of the things that I love about all of her products. Okay, next, e.l.f. Luminous Putty Bronzers. Totally fell in love with these. Like, just wait for the cat to be finished in the litter box. So I definitely was a fan of the original putty bronzers, but I love the luminous putty bronzers because I guess it's just, I don't know if it's like the formula is a little bit more hydrating or if it's just the fact that it has the pearl, but I just find it to be even more flattering on my skin tone. In particular, I fell in love with this shade right here, Vacay Mood, which is this really gorgeous kind of like taupe color. It's very much a contour color, but I've used this, there's a hair in it. Where are my tweezers? Oh, that was horrific. Blaming the cats on that one. I use this in my underpainting tutorial. I've used this as a sort of like bronzer contour combo. It looks very like taupe in this container, but when I put it on my skin, it really does kind of like just blend in really nicely. So it's fantastic for shaping. If you're very, very fair skinned and everything kind of ends up looking like very orangey on you, highly recommend this color in particular. It's so good, I love it. I kind of wish that they would launch sticks in this, just because I tend to prefer a stick, but yeah, I love them. You've seen me use them in multiple tutorials and they're definitely not going to go away anytime soon. I also recently realized that the names are on the side. I was always looking at the bottom and I was like, e.l.f., what the hell? Where are the names? It's on the side. Cool. Okay, Milk Makeup recently launched their Sculpt Sticks this month. I love them. I think they're fantastic. Super creamy. I don't know is this the like legit size that they are? I'm gonna put the price up here, which may or may not justify it. Because personally, I think a stick this small is great because a stick never runs out. And typically it ends up kind of drying out before you need to replace it anyway, you know? Plus like how freaking cute. It's just cute. It's easy for travel. It's like very lightweight. No offense to my Fenty stick, but like in terms of travel, I would rather bring this with me, you know? The only difference is, as far as the colors go, I believe this is the lightest one, Toasted. The lightest Sculpt stick. For my skin tone, it still ends up looking like a little too much on the red side, just a little bit, compared to my other like sculpting products. Like for instance, I'll just give you a little, I'm just gonna swatch the I keep calling e.l.f. NYX. The e.l.f. thing next to it. Yeah, it's just like it's like a little red, a little purpley. So this one right here is Milk. This is e.l.f. So you can see that difference. You can definitely see that sort of like, I don't know, it's like okay, I see a lot of colors in here. I see orange, I see purple. Yeah, it's just a little too, like this taupe from the taupe from e.l.f. it just feels more flattering on my olive skin. The formula is great. It's pretty pigmented, very creamy, very blendable, easy to use. Great for, like a great formula for just kind of like drawing and then blending out. My only criticism would just be the color isn't like perfection for me. It works, but the fact that I have other products that are just like better fit as far as color makes me feel like I won't be reaching for the Sculpt stick. That being said, the blushes and the bronzers, love them. Oh, but the shade range is dope. So like shade range of the Sculpt stick, really good. Like they have colors for deep skin, which is like incredible. They really went for it, which I appreciate. The Glow IV. KOSAS launched this Glow IV, which I've used in at least one tutorial, maybe two. Basically like an illuminator, I guess. You can use it as a highlighter on top. You can mix it in with your foundation. It's called a skin enhancer. You can put it like, you can use it for like, what's that, underpainting, and apply it as like a luminizer below your foundation, whatever. Overall, I guess I do like it. I think my conclusion with this one is that it's actually pretty good as an illuminator for people who have more oily skin, because it's a little bit more heavy on the pearl side and less heavy on the like dew side. So if you're someone who's tried Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter or Auric, Glow Lust, and it feels a little too oily for you, then you might like this product. I have been like pretty pleasantly surprised each time I've used it. It's also not super, it's not super glittery or like metallic either. Like it does create a really nice like sheen on the skin, which I also appreciate, because when I first swatched it, when I first looked at it, I was like, ooh, I think there's gonna be too much pearl in there, but it's really just enough to kind of like create a glow and offset, like create a glow that doesn't end up looking oily, you know? So I actually do think it's quite nice. The lightest shade, if you're more fair than me, might give you a little bit of a bronze. This is the lightest shade. On my cheeks, it looks great. Like I've been very happy with it, especially on like more natural makeup days if I just want like a little bit of a glow and my skin is tending towards like maybe more oily, or if it's like a hot day or whatever. But yeah, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. I did mention in one of my videos that the first time I applied this, I got these little like pearl bombs, little glitter bombs of pearl that weren't like properly mixed. But I find if you are just like not too haphazard with the way that you apply, it blends in just fine. I haven't really had that problem since. So I'm trying to, I don't know, maybe, I guess it was operator error. Could have been operator error on the, like my first application. Since then, I think it's been pretty good. So I actually have come to enjoy this product. This is confusing. Did they launch new colors? The internet is telling me that this launched in like September or something. Okay, well, yeah, so whatever, I don't know. SAIE Beauty has cream bronzers. It doesn't say that like on Sephora whether or not they launched new shades or something, but they sent me a package with some of them this month. So they sent me Fair Bronze, which is this color, which is like pretty close to the Sculpt stick from Milk. And then this one, which is just like pretty dark and a little bit too terracotta. I haven't used this one, obviously, because I just knew the color wouldn't be fantastic. I did try this and I didn't love it. I didn't love it. So what I found from this is, and this is typical of brands like SAIE, brands like Tower 28, brands like, well, no, I guess I could leave Tower 28 out of this. I don't know why, don't bring them into this. Brands like ILLUMINATIng, is that their bronzers, their complexion products always lean more like pink or orange. So especially for fair-skinned people who have like more of an olive undertone like me, I need that gold, you know? I would rather have something a little bit more neutral. They end up going too like terracotta or too orangey or whatever. Ziva, what are you doing down there? Anyway, so the color is not perfect. I knew that just by looking at it, but I gave it a shot and I found that the formula was pretty oily. Like it just felt kind of wet on my skin, and I was surprised because when you look at it, it doesn't look like it's gonna be oily. Like I thought it would be kind of a nice like creamy matte finish. It doesn't say anything about creamy matte, but yeah, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me, that's all. I think like these brands, it's like if your skin tone and your preference just like aligns with SAIE, then you're probably gonna love all of their products, you know? But if you're like me, where your skin tone and your preference don't really align, then you're gonna be like, ugh, I just don't really like, it doesn't work for me. So that's kind of how I felt about SAIE Beauty, with the exception of the mascara. I do like the mascara. So yeah, I don't know, bronzer review. And like maybe I'll give this a shot at some point in time, but I kind of feel like this bronzer I should just give to someone because I know it's gonna be a little too dark. I know the formula is already a little too wet for me, so yeah. It's big. You got like a decent amount of product. What are you doing over there? Hey bro, can you not chew on my charging cord? Hey. No. So e.l.f. also launched their color correctors. They're really nice. I mean, it's e.l.f. I love pretty much everything e.l.f. Like when they launched their color correctors, these are the camo color correctors. They launched a bunch of different colors. This is the one that I've been using the most, which is kind of a peach. It's a little bit, for my skin tone, a little bit more on the pink side, which is why it's not something that I like reach for all the time, just because the one that I use from LA Girl is just like a little bit warmer, and that's what I prefer. This is a little bit more cool toned on my skin. So as far as like color correcting underneath my eyes, I need a little bit more warmth because I have some darkness under there. If you are like more blue toned, cool toned, this would probably work for you. But yeah, if you like something a little bit more orange, the orangey one was just like too dark. I could probably mix them. It's just like so much work. But I do think they're nice. They have a green one, which I mentioned is like something that would be really great to use now that NYX has discontinued their color correcting fluid. Is that what it was called? I can't remember, but they had the green one that I always suggested for fair olive skin to mix in with your foundation. If you need to, let's just say olivize it, like that's what was in my head. If you need to neutralize that like pink or red or whatever. But yeah, they're pretty decent. I think if the colors work for you, they're definitely worth picking up because they're affordable. And as far as like formula goes, I would say that they're like relatively close to my LA Girl concealer that I use. So if this is just like more accessible, go for it. Highly recommend, you know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna be using the green one for sure. And if I can like get myself to not be so lazy, I might mix this with the orange one for underneath my eyes. We'll see what happens. Okay. This is gonna be a controversial one. And I have conflicting feelings about it. So don't make me feel bad. The Makeup by Mario foundation. I wanted to love this. And the first time I used it, I liked it, I thought. And then I kept using it. And you know, if you saw my other videos, I had like a kind of a hard time finding like the perfect shade. So I had purchased 2N. This is 3W. They say, it was actually really funny. I literally purchased 2N, and the day that I filmed using it, they sent me a PR box full of little samples of all the colors and 3W, which is the one I was like, oh, maybe I should have gotten that. Truthfully, 3W, too yellow. I would say the undertones are a little like intense from my experience at least. So mixing 2N and 3W actually works quite nice, like matches my skin tone really well. You gotta see this, because this is what it looked like when I opened it, when I got it. Do you see the cat's running around? Do you see all of that pearl that isn't mixed? I don't know if it'll show up on camera. It's just like, it's got a lot of pearl in it, which I've always been intrigued by. Pearl in products, I'm all about it, I love the glow. The more I used this foundation, the more I realized that it accentuated all of the pores in the center of my face. Now, currently, I am peeling in the center of my face because that's a long story, okay? Like I had a dermatologist appointment, blah, 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 whatever. That completely aside, because this was not happening when I was testing this foundation last month, it just brought so much attention to the pores around the center of my face, which had never been a problem for me before. Since using this, I was using it regularly because I was like, I wanna love it. It's Mario, I wanna love it. I just couldn't get it to work for me, especially in that area. So like the rest of my face, I thought it looked nice. I don't wanna use a foundation for the center of my face and a foundation for the outer perimeter of my face. So I kind of came to the conclusion that I didn't like it. Yeah, and I just kind of feel like I would rather use like a regular foundation and, you know, use an illuminator in the outer perimeter of my face and not just like luminize my entire face. So that's kind of where I stand on it. I have a feeling I'm gonna continue to like use it here and there just to see if there's anything different. You just never know. But I have been using it for a bit now, and that's kind of the conclusion that I've come to, especially as far as like how it wears throughout the day. I just felt like it was really picking up on my texture. If you have flawless skin with not a single, I can't with her, with not a single like bump or pore, you're probably gonna look fabulous. You know what I mean? But I got real skin texture up in here. So Lisa Eldridge, queen. I was just watching one of her videos, her like 90s grunge video earlier when I was getting ready, launched new lip glosses, new shades of lip glosses. I believe that some of the ones that she sent me were staples already. Like I think Affair was already a shade she had, but this one, oh, so pretty. Look at this. So this is the shade Dancing Rose. Bruh. Bruh. It's so pretty. I actually haven't had a chance to use this yet. I used today, was it this one? I used Songbird a little bit on my lips for my tutorial. Basically just like a tiny bit to add like a little bit of dimension and gloss. Gorgeous formula, obviously. Love. They're like, they have enough pigment where you get like a nice amount of like color on the lips, but they're not like ridiculously pigmented. There's no scent if scents drive you crazy. I personally love a vanilla, you know. Doe Foot is really nice. It's just beautiful, beautiful, hydrating. Once again, everything Lisa Eldridge comes out with, love, love, okay? I just know I'm gonna love it. Colors are really, really pretty. So there isn't like so much to say about it. It's just like, she launched glosses, they're gorgeous. It's Lisa Eldridge, you know what I'm saying? Stays put, doesn't slide around, not sticky. Fantastic. That's what I look for in a gloss, especially one that has color. But stay tuned. I will be using Dancing Rose at some point because this is just so freaking stunning. And I want to see, I just need it. Personally, I don't know why I keep smelling it. It has no scent. I would like to put this all over my face. WONDERSKIN is one of the random brands. Remember, I think I talked about their eyebrow thing. It might have been in last month's video. I didn't like their like eyebrow kit or whatever it was. They launched these longwear eyeliners that are actually really, really good. So super duper creamy. The one that I used recently was this guy. It's a pink color. It's like, what's it called? Icing. It's like this light pink and they're super like creamy. They glide really nicely, but they are super long wearing. This one is, what's this? Kalamata. Ooh, yeah, creamy. And you can blend, like you create like a really nice smoky eye with this, but then once they set, they're done, okay? They are done. So for someone who has a really hard time with eyeliner in their waterline, this might be a really good option to try. The whole point of WONDERSKIN, I believe, like all their stuff is supposed to be like super long lasting. And I would say they last, like they are nice. Once this sets, it's not going anywhere. I had a hard time removing it off my hand last time I swatched it. Face-wise, use a cleansing balm. You'll be good, you know? But yeah, those are actually really nice. Oh yeah, Cosmetics. Cosmetics, I think they launched like just new colors of blushes. Really, really pretty. Like love this color. It actually looks like something that I could have worn today. I didn't use it today. This is the So Soft blush in Chiffon. So pretty. I've used it multiple times. I really kind of like fell in love with this color because I think it's like relatively universal. It's like a little bit more cool toned pink, but yeah, I actually like kind of love it. Something I've been doing recently is going in with this on my cheeks as okay. I think I just malfunctioned, as a cream, and then setting with something a little lighter just above it. Let me know if you want to see that technique. I would actually like to do a video on that. I've been seeing a lot of like interesting blush technique videos on like TikTok. Anyway, let me know if you're interested in seeing like what I'm talking about. It's not super revolutionary, but like I'll show you, you know? Anyway, this is a really beautiful like color that I think kind of ends up working with all like other colors, if that makes sense. So if I use this as a base, I can go over like the top with like a peach or like a really, really, really pale pink. It just seems to work. very nicely. But yeah, beautiful formula, super creamy, relatively pigmented. I would say this shade is like one of my faves for my skin tone. I just think it's like really, really nice. So I have a feeling that you're gonna be seeing more of this, especially as the months get warmer. Sigma Beauty, new mod palette. Sigma eyeshadows always confuse me because I feel like they relaunch a lot. So I don't know if new mod was like something that they launched this past month in February, or if it's like a brand new palette or what. I think it launched like around Valentine's Day though. Obviously, like check out the pinks, you know what I'm saying? Beautiful palette, beautiful, loved. I used this, you saw it. I think it's really pretty. I love Sigma eyeshadows. As far as like their color schemes though, I always end up being a little bit bored by them. They don't necessarily catch my eye. Their last collab with Anele, people love to tell me how to pronounce her last name, and I'm like, they all look different to me, so I still don't know how to say it. Anyway, this one, beautiful, beautiful formulas, love. But yeah, I don't know, that's basically it. This one I think launched this month, essentially. Gorgeous formulas. Anytime you see a palette from Sigma that you are interested in, I highly recommend, because I just think their formulas are fantastic. They just might not stand out to you. It might be like me, where they just don't stand out as much because, I don't know, a lot of the time the color schemes are just kind of like a little dull to me. Like this isn't a palette that I would typically like use or like gravitate towards, you know? I'm like, I kind of feel like I have all of these colors already. But yeah, they were gorgeous. Like I love the formulas. I do think they're fantastic. So I don't know. Plus it's cute, no mirror, nice and lightweight, super skinny. It's like a chocolate bar that you can just like stick in your bag, you know? Fenty launched these guys. What is this called? Velvet Liquid Lipstick. Is this just new packaging, or are these like new liquid lipsticks? Because they used to have their other liquid lipsticks that were in like the pointy packaging. So they sent me this one, which was, it has the football on the top for when she did the halftime show, obviously. They sent me the shade Riri. Formula's fantastic, love. It was very like comfortable. I enjoy this packaging. The regular ones have like the FB at the top, the Fenty Beauty like thing at the top. So I don't know, it's just kind of like fun. They have a bunch of different colors. I actually purchased, after the halftime show, I purchased the MVP because it's what she was wearing, and I wanted to do a tutorial, and then it didn't show up in time for me to do the tutorial, so I ended up not using it, and now I have two of them because they sent me a package with all of these afterwards. Gorgeous red though, not mad at having two, you know what I mean? But yeah, I love the, ooh, so good. That red is so good, look at that. Ooh. That matte is so good. Yeah, so I haven't worn like a liquid lipstick in a really long time, but this is calling me. So yeah, you might be seeing these more. They seem nice. Wore really beautifully, pretty comfortable. As far as like liquid lipsticks go, they're usually like very drying. Wasn't particularly, you know, more drying than any other liquid lipstick. It felt comfortable to me. Loved it. The new Half Magic Grippy Brow. I didn't like it. Unfortunately, I used it in some video that I showed you guys. Ooh, how did I get red all over me? How does that happen? I just thought because it's Donnie Davy, I don't know why, but I just thought because it's a makeup artist that it was going to be like, and it's called Grippy Brow, I thought it was going to be like gripped. You know what I mean? But it's not. At least not for me. Yeah, it just kind of like, I don't know, to me it just sort of ended up feeling like any other like brow setting gel. My eyebrow hairs just ended up like falling, so. And I'm not a fan of these really fluffy wands for eyebrow gels in particular, because I feel like it doesn't coat enough, and it also doesn't like allow you to place them down well enough. Like it's just, I need more precision, I just do. So that was a fail for me this month. I wouldn't recommend it. I definitely prefer my Jecca Black, definitely prefer my soap. Like those are the ones that I would be using, you know? Oh yeah, dude. So I bought the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Lip Stain. So I got the color Berry Banger. This was for my, it was my Valentine's Day tutorial that I used this. Obsessed. Immediately became obsessed with it. I loved it. I don't know why I haven't like used a lip stain in such a long time. Immediately fell in love, especially with this color. I actually ended up picking up this one, which is my type. This is number 1, which is like more of a pink. So you're gonna be seeing this more. I haven't had a chance to use it yet, but just the idea of creating a more structured lip on top of a lip stain, you know what I mean? Layers. I'm excited about this. Highly recommend if you're looking for it. She only has like 4 colors, I think, and they're all like relatively bright, but we're gonna be experimenting. So like if you wanna pick it up, I'm just saying, you're gonna be seeing these more. So keep that in mind. But yeah, I fell in love with that immediately. It kind of was sort of like a step for me into, okay, you can stop doing the exact same nude lip that you always do. You know what I mean? But I can step out, I can step outside a little bit. And these I feel like are going to be what get me there. And someone did recommend the e.l.f. lip stains, which I will be checking out. So I just have to like remember to place the order. Speaking of e.l.f., I'm gonna end on e.l.f. I got this package of their lipsticks, which I've never tried before. These doesn't have a whole lot of information on them. They're lipsticks. This one is in the shade No Doubt. I actually combined No Doubt today with Dirty Talk for my lip, and then obviously the Lisa Eldridge gloss, but I mixed these in the center of my lips. Beautiful formula. Love. Like very comfy, really nice finish. I like the packaging. They've got like magnetic packaging. It came in a package that had, I'm not gonna be able to remember her name. TikTok, huge on TikTok, blonde hair, big lips. The one who applies like a ton of foundation to her face. I suck at names. I suck at names, and I'm not even gonna know how to like Google that. Whatever, it came in a package with her on it, and I think it was like her like top 10 lipsticks or something. So yeah, I don't know if these are like a collab. I don't know if these already existed or if this is a collab with her, but love them. Gorge. Obviously used the 2 nude shades, but she also included All Night. I love it. So yeah, anyway, you'll be seeing those more. They're just like really fun. I love e.l.f. I just love e.l.f. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna end it on that just because like I received so much PR this month that I just was not able to get to, that I will keep around. And if I get to them, then you will see them in next month's video. So there were definitely some like key products, some highlights, some things that have become staples, or at least things that I will be like experimenting more with. And then there were some disappointments for sure this month as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know any of your like thoughts on any of these products, if you think I'm like way off or whatever, or if there are any specific products that you know have launched recently that like maybe in my pile that I haven't gotten to try yet, but you really want to see it, let me know. Yeah, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. The only reason I say turn on notifications is because sometimes your subscription thing can get like overwhelming. I never check my subscriptions. I always either like rely on notifications or just like what's on my homepage basically. So anyway, it just can help if you feel like you've been missing my videos. Ow, that hurt. You definitely don't have to do it. It's a suggestion. That's that. I don't know. That's basically that. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I know it was long, so now I would highly recommend that you just like shut off all electronics and like go outside and go for a walk, or like sit and have some tea and read a book or something. Tea or coffee. I'm down with both. Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Hope you have a great time. I don't know. Love you. Bye. I'll see you next time.